You want success? Then forget motivation, forget inspiration. You need discipline every single day. Get up, do the work, no matter how you feel. Discipline is everything. It's not just a word, it's a lifestyle. It's what separates the winners from the losers, the strong from the weak, the committed from the comfortable. People ask me all the time, how do I get motivated? You don't. You don't wait for motivation. Because motivation is unreliable, it fades, it fails, it disappears the moment things get hard. But discipline, that stays, that's built, that's earned. Discipline is showing up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. It's getting the work done in silence, when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping, when you've got every reason to quit. And you don't. Comfort is a trap. It tells you to sleep in, to take the day off, to do it tomorrow. Comfort tells you you've earned it, that you've done enough, but comfort is lying to you. You want to grow, you want to level up. Then comfort has to die. You kill it by doing the opposite of what it tells you. Get up early, train hard, say no to the easy path, choose the hard one. That's where growth is. That's where progress hides. That's where discipline lives. The alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. The bed feels warm. Your body says no, your mind says later. That's the moment, that's the test, that's where discipline begins. You either get up or you stay weak. You either move or you settle. Every morning is a war. And you fight it with discipline, not motivation, not hype. Discipline, you win that war, you win the day. You won't always feel like it. So what? Do it anyway. Winners operate on discipline. Losers operate on feelings. You think Navy SEALs felt like diving into freezing water every day? No, but we did it because it had to be done, because the mission required it. And your mission, your life requires the same. You've got a mission. You just forgot it. Discipline brings it back into focus. Discipline is a decision, not a gift, not some talent you're born with. It's a switch you flip. It's a commitment you make when no one else is watching. You either decide to show up or you don't. You either decide to push through or you fold. No one's going to hand it to you. You've got to claim it, take it, own it. Excuses are lies. I'm tired. Lie. I'm too busy. Lie. I'm not ready. Lie. You're not out of time. You're out of honesty. Start telling yourself the truth. You could have done more. You could have started sooner, and you still can, but only if you stop lying to yourself. There are no shortcuts, no hacks, no magic. It's reps, it's hours, it's pain. It's getting knocked down and showing up again the next day. That's the truth, that's the path, that's discipline. You want results? Earn them, and the reward, you become different. You become dangerous, not to others but to your own weakness, to fear, to doubt, to laziness. You become the version of you that no one can break, and that starts with discipline. Always comfort is the enemy, that soft couch, that warm bed, that little voice in your head saying just 5 more minutes. It's all a trap. Comfort wants to keep you where you are. It wants you still. Weak, stagnant, that's what comfort does. It seduces you with ease and slowly drains you of strength. It tells you lies. You deserve rest. You've worked hard. Take it easy. But what it doesn't tell you is what it's taking from you every time you listen to it. It doesn't tell you about the strength you could have built, the edge you could have sharpened, the progress you just threw away. It doesn't tell you you're dying a little more every day you surrender to it. People talk about goals, dreams, achievement, but they live in comfort. They want big results with small effort. That's not how it works. You don't grow from what's easy. You grow from what's hard. Pain builds you. Struggle forges you, and comfort softens you. Comfort makes you slow, lazy, unprepared. And in a world that punishes weakness, that's the last thing you want to be. Look around. Most people choose comfort every day. They hit snooze. They skip the gym. They quit when it gets hard. They're addicted to the path of least resistance. You think that's just coincidence? No, that's habit. That's a life ruled by comfort. You do that long enough, you lose your edge. You forget how to fight. You forget how to suffer, and when life eventually hits you, as it always does, you're too soft to take the hit. You break, you fold, you disappear. You need to understand something. Comfort doesn't care about your potential. It doesn't care about your future. It only wants you compliant, quiet, weak. You want to change your life. Then you have to go to war with comfort. You have to reject it, kill it, replace it with challenge, with difficulty. with discomfort, voluntarily, every day. That means doing what's hard, not when it's convenient, not when you feel like it, but when it sucks, when it burns, when it's uncomfortable. That's the training ground. That's where warriors are built. That's where discipline is forged, and comfort wants you far away from that place. Because it knows once you go there, once you learn how to suffer with purpose, once you get addicted to growth instead of ease, you'll never go back. You'll become something comfort can't control anymore. People look for secret formulas. They search for motivation. They pray for discipline. But the real answer is right in front of them. Step out of your comfort zone, not once, every day. You don't need a 10-step program. You need discomfort. You need cold mornings, long nights, heavy reps, silence, sweat, pain. That's the real self-help, and it's not easy, but it works, always. The choice is simple. Stay comfortable. Stay average or get uncomfortable, get disciplined, get dangerous. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. The alarm goes off, it's dark, it's cold, your bed feels like a trap. Everything in your body says no. Your mind tells you to wait, to rest, to hit snooze, but right there, that moment, that's the battle. That's the war most people lose before their day even begins. Because getting up early isn't just about time. It's not just about schedules or calendars. It's about ownership. It's about proving to yourself that you're in control. Not your feelings, not your excuses, not your comfort. You set that alarm for a reason. You made that promise to yourself the night before. Now it's time to keep it, and most people won't. They'll break that promise before the sun even rises. But you don't hit snooze, you rise, because you know that discipline starts the moment your eyes open. You win the morning, you win the day, you set the tone early, and everything after that falls in line. But if you lose the morning, everything starts to slip. Your standards drop, your pace slows, you operate on reaction instead of intention. Waking up early gives you the one thing most people don't have: time under control. Before the world starts calling, before the emails, the meetings, the noise, the early hours are quiet, pure, focused. That's your battlefield. That's when you train. That's when you write, read, move, sweat, plan, reflect. That's when you build yourself, in the dark, when no one is watching. That's when champions are made. You want to be more productive? Get up early. You want more clarity? Get up early. You want peace of mind, less chaos, more control? Get up early. There's no mystery to it, no secret hack, just the alarm clock and your decision. Do you rise or do you fall? People will tell you it's not necessary, that it doesn't matter when you wake up as long as you get your work done. That's a lie. What you do early matters more because it defines how you think, how you move, how you lead the rest of the day. Waking up early forces discipline into your system. You don't wait for inspiration. You create momentum. You command your day instead of reacting to it. I don't care what your job is. I don't care if you're a CEO, a student, a soldier, or a parent. You get up early and you do what needs to be done, and then you do more. That time is yours. The rest of the world is still sleeping. That's your edge. That's your head start. And if you give that away, you're handing your advantage to someone else who's already grinding while you're still in bed. Getting up early isn't about the clock. It's about the mindset. It's about saying yes to discipline and no to weakness. Every time you get up early, you become stronger. Every time you don't, you stay where you are. You choose. No one's going to drag you out of bed. That's on you. So get up, own it. You won't always feel like it. That's the truth. You're not going to wake up every day fired up and ready to go. Some mornings will hit you like a punch. Tired, drained, unmotivated, you'll feel weak, heavy, sluggish, and in those moments you'll want to delay, you'll want to rest, you'll want to say, not today. That's the exact moment discipline has to step in. Because discipline doesn't care how you feel, it only cares what you do. Motivation is a luxury. It comes and goes like the wind. Sometimes it's there, most times it's not, and if you rely on it, you're done. Because the mission won't wait, life won't slow down, the enemy won't care that you're not in the mood. The standard stays the same, whether you're inspired or not. That's why feelings are not the driver, action is. You think we felt like doing it every day in the teams? No. You think we wanted to run through the cold, dive into the freezing water, grind through hours of pain and pressure? Of course not. But we did it. Every time, because that's what was required. That's what the job demanded. And in life, If you want to win, it's the same. You've got to do the work, especially when it's hard, especially when it sucks. That's where growth is built, in resistance. People let their emotions run the show. I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not in the mood today. I'll wait until I feel better. You know what that is. Weakness dressed up like self-care. Discipline doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It creates them. It builds momentum by taking action. On the hard days, on the tired days, on the days you feel broken. That's when it matters most. Anybody can work when they feel great, when the sun is shining and they're rested and everything feels good. But that's not discipline. That's convenience. Discipline is doing it when everything in you says don't. When your legs are heavy, your head is cloudy, and your heart isn't in it, but you move anyway. That's when you separate yourself from the pack. That's when you rise while everyone else stalls. You want to get strong. Then you've got to earn it in discomfort. You want to get focused, earn it by fighting through the fog. You want to be unstoppable, then train yourself to act when you feel like quitting. Rewire your mind to ignore the voice that says later. Later becomes never, and never becomes regret. That's the truth. This isn't about being a machine. It's about being consistent. It's about committing to the process regardless of your emotions. Let the lazy ones wait until they feel right. You don't need the feeling. You don't need hype. You don't need permission. You do it anyway. That's the difference. That's the edge. That's discipline. Discipline is a decision. That's it. It's not complicated. It's not mystical. It's not reserved for some special group of people. You don't need a secret formula, a perfect plan, or a motivational poster on your wall. You need to decide. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. It's not a feeling. It's not a personality trait. It's a choice. Every day you're faced with that choice. Get up or stay down, move or stand still, train or skip, push or quit. That's all it is. Decision after decision, stacked on top of each other. You don't stumble into discipline. You don't hope your way into it. You commit, you choose it, and then you choose it again tomorrow. And the next day and the next until it's who you are. People look at disciplined individuals and say, I wish I had that. No, don't wish, decide. Because discipline is not something you're born with, it's something you earn through repetition, through sacrifice, through saying no when it would be easier to say yes. No to the distraction, no to the laziness, no to the shortcut. Every time you say no to weakness, you say yes to discipline. You think it's about motivation. You think it's about talent. No, it's about what you do when you don't want to do it. It's about what you do when no one is watching. It's what you do in the dark, when it's cold, when it's lonely. That's where discipline lives. And that's where most people quit, because they haven't decided. They're still negotiating, still making deals with their excuses, still hoping someone or something will come along and make the decision for them. You've got to stop negotiating with yourself. Stop waiting. Stop thinking maybe. The longer you wait, the softer you get. You either step up or you fall behind. There is no middle. You're either getting sharper or you're getting dull. Discipline is the blade, and decision is the fire that hardens it. This life will test you. It will ask if you really want what you say you want, and it won't listen to your words. It will judge your actions. If you want to pass that test, then decide now. Decide that you will not fold. Decide that you will not take the easy path. Decide that you will operate on a higher standard, regardless of how you feel. Because feelings come and go, emotions change, but decision, real decision, that's solid, that's steel. You have to choose who you're going to be right now, not tomorrow, not when you're ready. You're never going to feel ready. That's why you decide first, then act. Discipline is built in the moments where comfort offers you an out, and you reject it. Discipline is not a gift. It's a command you give yourself, and you either obey it or you don't. Excuses are lies. Plain and simple. They sound good. They feel good, but they're lies. Every single one of them. I don't have time. Lie. You had time. You just wasted it. You spent it scrolling, talking, sitting. Time wasn't the problem. Your priorities were, I'm too tired. Lie. You had enough energy for what you wanted. You had energy for entertainment. You had energy for comfort. You didn't have energy for effort. It's not the right time. Lie. There is no perfect time. Just now. That's all you've got. The truth is this. You could have done it. You just chose not to, and instead of owning that, you covered it up with an excuse. Excuses are defense mechanisms for the weak. They protect your ego while destroying your results. They make failure feel acceptable. They make laziness feel reasonable. But excuses are the opposite of accountability. And if you want discipline, if you want progress, if you want a lead, then accountability is the only way. No one's coming to fix you. No one's coming to drag you to the gym, to the desk, to the grind. That's your job, and the more excuses you allow, the weaker that muscle becomes. We've all got reasons. We've all had setbacks, injury, failure, pressure. I'm not saying those aren't real, they are. But the excuse, the lie is in how you use them. Do you use the pain as fuel or a pass? Do you use the setback to grow, or as an escape route? Most people choose escape. They don't fail because of the obstacle. They fail because of the excuse they wrapped around it. Excuses breed comfort. They say it's okay to stop. They say you tried. They pat you on the back while pulling you away from the hard work. You think you're being kind to yourself. You think you're being realistic. You're not. You're avoiding responsibility. You're rejecting growth. And if you keep doing that long enough, it becomes a habit, a mindset, a life you want to change. Then stop lying to yourself. Start calling it what it is. Don't say, I didn't have time. Say, I chose not to make time. Don't say, I couldn't. Say, I didn't. You take the power back when you speak the truth. That's where discipline begins, in honesty. In brutal, unfiltered, no softening honesty. You didn't fail because of anyone else. You failed because you chose not to fight harder. That truth will sting, but it will also sharpen you. It will wake you up. And here's the reality. There's always someone out there with less who's doing more. Less money, less time, less support, more pain, and they're still outworking you because they refuse to let excuses run their life. You want to be one of them? Then cut the lies. Stop waiting for a better time. Stop protecting your weakness with clever words. Own it, confront it, destroy it. Every excuse you kill brings you closer to the life you say you want. But you've got to earn it, and it starts with truth. People hear the word discipline, and they flinch. They think of it like a punishment, a cage, a restriction, something heavy and hard, and yeah, it is hard. But it's not a cage, it's the opposite. Discipline is freedom. That sounds like a contradiction, but it's not. It's the truth. You want freedom in your life, real freedom, freedom to live on your terms. Then earn it through discipline. You don't become free by doing whatever you want. That's how you become a slave to your own impulses. You become a prisoner of procrastination, laziness, weakness. The people who live without rules, without structure, aren't free. They are trapped in chaos, trapped in regret, trapped in a life they didn't build with intention but drifted into through apathy. Freedom is waking up early because you choose to, not because you have to. Freedom is being strong, healthy, sharp. Not because someone forced you, but because you committed to it. Freedom is walking into your day with clarity and power, because your discipline gave you control. That's the kind of freedom most people never know. They think freedom means no schedule, no structure, no demands. That's not freedom, that's disorder, and it costs more than they realize. You want financial freedom. That comes from discipline with money, budgeting, saving, investing. You want physical freedom. That comes from discipline in the gym, in your meals, in your recovery. You want mental freedom. That comes from discipline in thought, in focus, in what you allow into your mind. Every kind of freedom you want is rooted in self-control. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. It's waking up when you're tired, showing up when it's uncomfortable, delivering when no one is watching, and the more you do that, the more confidence you build, the more control you have, the more freedom you earn. That's the formula. It's not a hack. It's not a shortcut. It's work, but it works. And here's the secret. Once you live with discipline long enough, it stops feeling like a burden. It becomes normal. You don't hate it. You crave it. You start to see what it gives you: energy, pride, progress, peace. That's the irony. The more discipline you have, the less stressed you become. The more disciplined you are, the fewer fires you have to put out. Because you're ahead, you're ready, you're on point. That's freedom. People want an easy life, but an easy life doesn't make you free. It makes you soft. And when life gets hard, and it always does, you won't be ready. Discipline is what prepares you for the storm. It's the armor, the weapon, the foundation. So don't reject it. Embrace it, build it, live it, because at the end of the day, there's only one path to real freedom. and it's not through comfort. It's through discipline. Always, you want confidence. You want to walk into the room and own it. You want to speak and have people listen, not because you're loud, but because they can feel your certainty. That doesn't come from affirmations. It doesn't come from compliments. It doesn't come from pretending to be confident. It comes from one thing: discipline. Real confidence is earned, and it's earned in the dark. It's built when nobody's watching. It's the product of consistent, deliberate, focused action over time through discomfort. When you do the work every day, your brain starts to believe you. That voice inside your head gets louder. And it says, "I've done the reps. I've earned the right to be here." Confidence isn't a switch you flip. It's a fire you build. You light that fire with discipline. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, wake up early, train, study, prepare, you add fuel. Every time you push through when it hurts, when you want to quit, you stack another layer of self-respect. That's confidence. But you skip the work, you hit snooze, you cut corners, you lie to yourself. You know it. And that voice in your head knows it too. That's where doubt grows. That's where insecurity lives, in the gap between what you say and what you do. Discipline closes that gap. Discipline tells your mind, we don't break, we don't fold, we follow through. And when your mind knows that, you walk different. You talk different, not cocky, not arrogant, solid, calm, collected, ready. Confidence without discipline is a fraud. It's a mask, and it cracks the first time pressure hits. You can fake it for a while, but when the test comes, and it will come, the truth shows, and the truth is built in the grind, in the silence, in the choices nobody sees. Discipline builds you from the inside out. It's not about what the world thinks of you. It's about what you think when you look in the mirror. I've seen guys with no background, no head start, no resources, just relentless discipline, and they walk taller than CEO. Because they've earned their strength, they didn't inherit it, they forged it. You want that, then stop waiting for confidence to show up. Go earn it, go suffer for it, go train for it. When you work every day to become harder, smarter, sharper, you will become more confident. You won't have to act like it, you'll be it. And understand this: discipline doesn't guarantee perfection. You'll still fail. You'll still get knocked down. But confidence doesn't mean you never fall. It means you know you'll get back up. Because you've done it before, because discipline has made you resilient, solid, grounded. When everyone else is looking for shortcuts, for hacks, for validation, you're out there in the cold, putting in the work. That's what separates you. That's what builds the kind of confidence that lasts. Not hype, not ego, discipline, always discipline.